Folks, now we know who the creepy little naked Papa Smurf was at the opening ceremony of the Olympics. It was actually the Greek god Dionysus. And this is not speculation. This is not a conspiracy theory. This was confirmed directly by the Olympics. Now, the Olympics put this information out there hoping that it would help to throw some water on the flames, because right now they're receiving a lot of backlash from Christians because the opening ceremony was basically nothing more than just, a bunch of drag queens mocking Christians. And they think that including a Greek god would distract people. They think that they could use this as an excuse, and they're banking on people not understanding who Dionysus actually is. But if you understand who he is, you understand how this makes the situation way more creepy, way more worse. And by using this god in particular, they used him for a reason to further mock Christians. Now, how many of you all know who Dionysus is? Let me know down in the comments below. As always, I'm not here to pretend like I'm an expert on this matter, but I do have some basic level information on this Dionysus guy, and boy, oh boy, is it really creepy. Let's go ahead and dive in. In ancient Greek religion and myth, Dionysus is the god of winemaking, orchards and fruit, vegetation, fertility, festivity, insanity, ritual madness, religious ecstasy, and theater. His wine, music, and ecstatic dance free his followers from self-conscious fear and care and subvert the oppressive restraints of the powerful, aka God. He carries a weapon that he uses to destroy those who oppose his cult and the freedoms he represents. Those who partake of his mysteries are believed to become possessed and empowered by the God himself. So we're just getting started, folks, and I already feel a little chill down my spine. Isn't this getting creepy? They could have used any Greek god, but they chose to use the god of cults and all of this weirdness, the god of insanity. What? Why would they do this? Why would they use the god of insanity that was all about influencing his cult to defy the gods, the powerful restraints they had on them? It's all kind of starting to link up with all of the other anti-Christian nonsense that they had in this performance. But, boy oh boy, is there more. So as of right now, we know this Dionysus guy, he's the god of ritual madness, and he possesses people. Let's see what else. Wine was a religious focus in the cult of Dionysus, and was his earthly incarnation. Wine could ease suffering, bring joy, and inspire divine madness. Festivals of Dionysus included the performance of sacred dramas enacting his myths. The cult of Dionysus is also a cult of the souls. Oh man, this is getting creepy. They feed the dead through blood offerings, and he acts as a divine communicant between the living and the dead. He is sometimes categorized as a dying and rising god. So the cult of Dionysus is doing blood ritual sacrifices. And I mean, whoa. It's crazy because they were like, no guys, there's nothing to see here. We're not mocking Christians. This is Dionysus. And then you do some research on the guy and you find out, whoa, this rabbit hole runs really deep. This is way creepier than I originally thought. This is so much creepier than people know. You see the naked blue Smurf and you laugh and you're like, what in the hell is this creepy stuff? Whoa, it's way worse than you think. He's literally the symbol of freaking ritual blood sacrifices. But the rabbit hole runs way deeper, folks. This is just the tip of the iceberg. This is just surface level information. As you know, when you think of Greek gods, you think of beauty. You know, I think of like the gods and the clouds and Zeus and the lightning bolt, and you think of like Hercules and all of this other stuff when you think about Greek gods and Greek mythology. But you see, Dionysus, he's not one of those above ground gods that's in the sky in the clouds. He's actually what most people interpret as an underworld god. So the dude's literally like from hell. And that's the god that they chose. The god that is all about these festivals that are all about subverting, you know, the natural order of things, certain sets of values and morals. He's against all of that. He's all about throwing these giant festivals, people partying, people becoming entranced, people becoming possessed with insanity and raging out against the gods. And that's what this opening ceremony was. It was them raging out against God, raging out against Christians. And if you want to have a good satanic ritual, of course you're going to include the Greek god of blood sacrifices, and they were sure to include him. Now you put him right there with the golden calf that basically symbolizes idol worship, that basically symbolizes defying God by worshiping false idols. And I mean, it's a match made in heaven for these demonic, satanic, freaking weirdos that are running our world. So yeah, folks, there's a lot. There is a lot more to this. There's a lot more to the opening ceremony than what you think. Unfortunately, we live around a bunch of dull people with their eyes closed that don't read into things enough. But hey, once you start reading into things, once you start noticing what's going on, it's hard not to pick this stuff apart. Because boy, oh boy, it's more blatant than ever. They're dangling their satanic beliefs right in our faces. It's blatantly obvious. I can't sit here and not call this stuff out, and I wish more people would call it out. Because it doesn't matter what you believe, it matters what they believe. And they believe in some wicked, wild stuff. And if you think that just because you're not a Christian or you're not this, they're going to spare you in the long run, oh boy, they're not. But let me know your thoughts about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next video.